Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. Thank you for tuning in to this month's Developer Coaching News Edition broadcast. I'm Tara Van Cleve, and I will be your anchor, bringing you the latest updates straight from the Oracle Database and Oracle Cloud Infrastructure product teams. We have a fantastic lineup of experts standing by to cover today's top stories. We're actually coming to you live from KubeCon plus Cloud Native Con in Atlanta, and we'll be covering the highlights from Oracle AI World as well as what we're announcing at KubeCon this year. So on the line, we have Jeff Smith, a Distinguished Database Product Manager, and Mickey Boxell, Senior Principal Cloud Native Services Product Manager. So Jeff, let's get started. What is the latest scoop?
I am eager to tell you, we just got back from Las Vegas. It feels like yesterday, and there were a ton of updates and notes. Also, it's a great time here in Atlanta, a little colder than I was expecting. Someone should have probably checked the weather forecast before they showed up in their t-shirt. So I'm going to cover things that we announced at AI World as far as it's going around the Oracle database. And the first piece of news is that we've rebranded the Oracle database product to the Oracle AI database. We now have the Oracle AI database product. So it's the same Oracle database you've been using and loving for years and years and years. But we've recognized that artificial intelligence has really just changed how everyone really approaches everything in the world. And we just wanted to make it front and center that this is a core part of the database technology stack that we put out there. And we've also made available a new version of the database. So instead of 23 AI as being our latest and greatest, that is now 26 AI. And it's available for download in the regular places. It's available in our clouds. And it's also available for use for casual users on freesql.com, which I'm going to talk about in just a few bullet points. The nice thing is this is a very simple release update. So if you get the latest RU, you can take your existing 23 AI instance and automatically transform it to 26 AI. It's not a full-blown database upgrade. So it's really quick and easy to get up and running. And if you want to go to our Oracle AI database product page, you can see all the latest new features in that 26 AI release. Okay, so another big update. Our autonomous data warehouse is now known as the AI Autonomous Lakehouse. And the major reason for this change of how we're putting the technology out there is kind of in this bullet point description. We're now supporting Apache Iceberg. So this is a very popular open data format or storage engine. And what it allows you to do is take all of the best Oracle AI database features. So maybe you're in love with partitioning or the way we've handled row level security, or you like our flexibility of indexing schemes, or you just love the power of our SQL language, or you enjoy having the ability to use Mongo's API on an Oracle database. Any one of these Oracle AI database features can now be equally applied to data that's being stored in, say, an S3 bucket in AWS or in an object store bucket in OCI. So you can bring your Apache Iceberg formatted files, Avro, whatever format the Apache Iceberg supports, and you get the full Oracle AI database engine over top of that. So we're trying to make the Oracle AI database as open and available as possible. And it's available in all of the hyperscalers, including our own Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So bring all of your data from all of the places and have it centrally, accessible from our AI Autonomous Lakehouse. And if you want to learn more about that, that'll be one of the follow-up links. In our EVP's database, or AI database keynote at AI World, Juan Loaiza and SVP Chris Rice talked a bit about how we're bringing the agentic experience to the AI database. We've talked about our MCP tool here, our MCP server here in several of the previous updates. But one of the challenges that customers will have if they ask an agent and its LLM to start working with their data and go look for stuff, is just the sheer volume of objects and data in their AI database, it can be kind of overwhelming to the LLM if you don't give it a very descriptive plan or directive, like exactly here's the table you need to work with. You can find these data points I'm referring to. They're known by these acronyms, so you end up building these really complex prompts and you've got to rebuild those across all of your agents. And that's if you even know how this stuff is laid out. You might be using someone else's system that you're not as familiar with. So what we've built is an AI enrichment platform in our database. So using our tools, you can go in and describe or annotate your objects, um, your PL/SQL interfaces, your views. You can annotate the columns. You can basically describe how your data works to support your one or many applications. So if you have an AI database and a driving application schema that's got 30, 40, 50,000 tables in it, you can actually advertise to the agents, hey, I have this retail system. It's comprised of these 30 or 40 tables. These table names are this. And you can actually, give the agent you're working with a roadmap or a really nice context so it can immediately start generating just better queries and better SQL and PL SQL code snippets based on your prompts. So this is delivered in our Oracle SQL Developer extension for VS Code. There's a new AI enrichment section under the database browser, and you can come in here and create these AI table groups and just start annotating, what the different parts of your schema, how they're built, what the tables look like, what the data inside those tables look like. Um, Now this is a two-piece setup, so we got to be able to annotate what's in the database. And by the way, this will work for any supported version of the Oracle database or Oracle AI database. So this will work in both 19C and 23 or now 26 AI. So we have to be able to put the data in the database, and this is actually where it's going. So these annotations are actually stored as metadata in your schema alongside your regular tables. But now you need to be able to communicate that information to the agents. And so we're doing that with a new MCP server tool. So there's basically this information tool that the agent can use from our MCP server, and it'll return back things like, oh, here's an inventory of all your tables and all your columns and all of the comments. And now additionally, all of the annotations that you've provided via this AI enrichment interface. So I'm working on an example. Actually, I already have the example. It should be live now. We'll include the link to that as well. And basically, two-sentence prompt, I can say, hey, go into my database and give me an overview of my retail sales. And in this schema, I've got 600 or 700 tables, and now I'll have horrible table names. But the AI enrichment data in the MCP tool, basically give the agent everything it needs to correctly generate the SQL statement necessary to satisfy my natural language request. All right, freeSQL.com. So this is not new for the past month, but we've added an amazing new feature. So freeSQL.com now has 26 AI available as a source database. So if you want to learn the new SQL or JavaScript or PL SQL functions in that version of our AI database, you can do that in the freeSQL.com web portal. But now what you can also do is when you reserve one of those schemas for use for you, you can actually get SQLnet connectivity. So what that means is if I'm actually logged in as a non-anonymous user, so with my Oracle single sign-on, the same uh, email account I would use to download like a white paper or sign into the forums to ask a question. If you sign in with that account, you should see this new connect box in the upper right. And if you click on that, we give you everything you need to actually connect to this schema in our hosted database. So you can be up and running 30, 40 seconds, basically as fast as you can copy and paste these connect strings. All you need to do is generate your password and store that someplace safely. You could do that in a SQL CL or a VS Code SQL Developer Extension connection. Oh, or if you want to do some Node.js development, you can set up your Node driver, and we'll even give you the code snippets to do this so you can start building your applications. This is going to be by far the easiest, quickest way to an Oracle SQL prompt. All right. And then finally, being here in Atlanta for KubeCon, it would be a shame if we didn't tell you just a little bit about our updated Kate's operator for the Oracle database or Oracle AI database. The operator version 2.0 was released in the last week or two. Um, I guess the biggest update there is it's now certified and usable in the Red Hat OpenShift ecosystem, and we're in the process of adding the operator to Red Hat's operator marketplace. I forget what that's called exactly, but you can also find this in our GitHub space online, and you can also find it in our container registry. We've also added a bunch of Oracle database features and Oracle AI database features. This operator can be used to maintain your Oracle AI autonomous databases in OCI, for example. Um, and we've done a lot of work in there to make the observability and the logging of everything in that Oracle database stack as easy as possible in the Kubernetes universe. So, Tara, like I said, that was a lot of stuff. We're going to have lots of links to share. And everyone, if you've got questions, post those as comments to the video after we post this, and we'll keep an eye on that and tell you what you need to know. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Mickey.
Well, thank you, Jeff. So I am here to talk today about the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, or CNCF's new Kubernetes AI conformance standard. So to take a step back, the CNCF runs and has run for quite a long time the Certified Kubernetes Conformance Program. This is a program that's done to ensure that every Kubernetes provider supports the required APIs. The idea here is that for end users, conformance enables interoperability from one Kubernetes installation to the next. So regardless of which provider you're using, if it's on-premise or in the cloud, this gives you the flexibility to choose between vendors, and also ensures that all those cool open source third-party tools that you're using are also compatible. In the case of OKE, Oracle's Managed Kubernetes Service, we certify that OKE is conformant every single time a new minor version of Kubernetes is released. They make it pretty easy. There's a suite of conformance tests that we run against our version of Kubernetes. And the cool thing about this program is that all of it is done in the open. You can actually go online right now to the conformance repo because we submit our results and actually have to as part of this process as GitHub PRs. And it's not just us. Most of the world's leading enterprise software vendors, everyone who has a managed Kubernetes offering, also adheres to this conformance standard. Now, what's a little bit different about this one is that we are now at a point in time in which it's not just okay to have a certified Kubernetes platform. We now have to focus on new use cases. So as AI workloads move into production, teams need to make sure that they have consistent infrastructure, consistent tooling that they can rely on. So what the CNCF did is it took the same approach that's used for Kubernetes conformance and it applied it to this new AI-focused space. The CNCF and Kubernetes in general uses a lot of things like working groups or technical advisory groups or special interest groups. And in this case, the Kubernetes AI working group was created to help define a standard set of capabilities, APIs, configurations that a Kubernetes provider must offer in order for its end users to reliably and also efficiently run AI and ML workloads. This program has similar goals to the general conformance standard for Kubernetes, and really is focused on reducing fragmentation of architectures and also technologies, making sure that there's one standard for how you do scheduling and not 50 different ones that you have to figure out. And again, just like the main standard, it ensures reliability and also interoperability across environments and of tools in the space. So, as one of the leaders in the AI space, OCI and OKE in particular wanted to attest the ability of the OKE platform to run AI and ML workloads. These are workloads backed by GPU accelerators, as well as to help steer the assessment process by participating in this pre-launch of this new conformance standard. The assessment actually benefited us as well as a provider because it helps us identify expectations from our end users and therefore areas of improvement for both our platform and the way that we document features on our platform, and also future areas for investment. To share a little bit more about the assessment process, our team had to walk through a 32-item assessment checklist and provide evidence that we supported all the mandatory requirements. As you can see in the eye chart on the left, there are a lot of different standards to adhere to. And you can see an example of one here as well, which is this accelerated resource exposure and allocation. The program consisted of a number of must criteria, those are mandatory requirements, and then also a number of should criteria, which were recommended practices or desired aspirational goals. And we're happy to announce that the official announcement of this program was made at KubeCon. It happened yesterday on Monday, and we're very excited about what the future holds for this program and our continued involvement in it. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mickey. Okay, I think we might have some questions.
Jeff, can you install the Oracle Database Operator as an add-on on a Kubernetes cluster from OKE?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you get version 2.0 of that. That just popped in the last 10 days or 2 weeks. And Kawasi Mensah, our product manager, has a really nice blog post that goes over all of the updates. You can pull that operator from GitHub, the Oracle Container Registry, Operator Hub IO, and as soon as all of the lawyers and fun people out there approve it in the Red Hat Operators catalog.
And it's also available natively through the OKE API as a managed add-on as well.
I'm glad you're here because you make me sound smart. Yes. Oh, and that operator also supports 26 AI, the free version that we just released. Um, so yeah, you should be good to go, regardless of how or where you're running your Oracle AI database.
Okay, and that wraps up today's news edition. We'll be back before you know it with more updates from across the Oracle ecosystem. In the meantime, be sure to check out the deep dive webinars at oracle.com/developer/events. And if you missed any part of today's broadcast, don't worry. This replay will be in your inbox soon, along with all the helpful links. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope to see you at the next one.